As 2024 comes to an end, it's time to plan for 2025. While studies show that most New Year's resolutions don't last, with 88% failing within the first 2 weeks, according to a Baylor College of Medicine professor, there are proven strategies to make your goals stick. The secret to lasting change isn't just setting resolutions on January 1st and hoping for the best. Instead, success comes from setting small, realistic, and actionable tasks throughout the year while regularly reviewing your progress and adjusting your approach as needed. In this video, I'm excited to show you the Ultimate Yearly Goal Planner 2025 edition template. This comprehensive planning system includes everything you need to succeed: regular planning and reviews, goal setting organized by life areas, actionable task lists that break down your goals into manageable steps, an inspiring vision board to keep you motivated, and even a special section where you can write a letter to your future self. If you find this video useful, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. Let's first start with a brief overview of this Ultimate Yearly Goal Planner 2.0. So on the left-hand side, you'll notice a Start Yearly Plan button, and this is one of the most important buttons in this entire template, as this is how you start your yearly planning process. Under here, we have the navigation bar where you can always return home. You can see your mobile view, goals in life areas, task dashboard, vision board, plan and review, and a letter to the future, all in a handy way so that you can always get to the right pages. And then under there, there's the mission that you can write out your personal mission statement in one sentence for that year, as well as values. So you can add what are the most important values for this year. And this can help you stay motivated and reminded all the time when you use this template. Under here, we have the vision board, and I've already put Dream Big as the theme, but you can put whatever theme resonates with you. And during the yearly planning process, we'll be adding images here so that you can stay motivated, inspired, and always see the images that keep you reminded of what your goals are for that year. And then here we have the databases, and if you delete any of these, the template's not going to work, so make sure not to touch this area. If we go back up to the dashboard, you can see the goals dashboard where you can see your goals based on current, upcoming, overdue, timeline, inactive, and by type. And then in the task dashboard, you can also see various views as well as a timeline view and all the tasks that might not have a date or goal or inactive goals. And then there's plan and review where you can plan weekly, monthly, quarterly, and yearly, depending on your needs. And each one has planning and review sections, so you can always reflect on how your goals and tasks went. So now let's get started by clicking the Start Yearly Plan button. And this is the most important part of this template. So I highly encourage you to open this in full page to get the most out of it. And inside there is a dedicated template that you should follow step by step. So the first step is to write out what you hope for this year. So what kind of hopes and dreams do you have that you wish for? So this is kind of a very general, it doesn't have to be necessarily really realistic as long as it's just something that you hope for, wish for, and all of these things for your brainstorming. Then the next thing to do is to think about what are the key areas in your life that you want to focus on. So if we click view all here, you can see all of the life areas included in this template. You can of course add your own life areas as well, but these already have dedicated cover photos that match with the life area. So I hope that these already cover a lot of your life areas. And if you have particular ones that you want to focus on, you can mark them as important so that they go to the important tab. So for example, this year I want to focus on my health, I want to focus on my finance, and I also want to focus on my personal development. So I'm going to just mark 3 of them. And then if we go to important, you can see all 3 of these life areas. And you can always change these throughout the year if you have any differences in what you want to focus on. The next step is to write a letter to yourself a year from now in the future. To get started with this, you can just click plus new page, and it's already going to load a dedicated template here as well. You can see the date it's written and the date to open it automatically loaded here, and there's a nice handy text here as well. So this is a really open space. You can get as personal and deep as you want. And the whole idea is that you're going to open this a year from now. So you're kind of talking to the person you should be in a year from now and how you want to sort of send a message to them. So this can be really meaningful. And if you want to remember to open it, you can also type add and then remind. And you can set a reminder. So if we click here, you can set it to 2025. And then click, and then you'll see that there's a reminder. So In this way, you can make sure to remember to open it, but otherwise you can also see it here as well. So the next thing to do is to think about the theme of the year. So think of it like a slogan to describe your upcoming year. You can brainstorm several options. So for me this year, it's going to be to dream big. And it's a reminder to always think outside the box and wish for something bigger. And it's so easy to kind of get stuck in a rut. So I think dream big is a really good theme for me this year. So I'm going to go ahead and put the dream big into the theme of the year. And now we can start making our vision board. I'm going to go to view all here, and you can see all of these images that are already added here. So you basically, how this works is that so you can use it year after year or even change it throughout the year. You can set certain images as active so that those are the ones that show up on the main page. And it's set up so that it shows up to 10 images on your main page. So you'll want to choose around 10 active ones if you want to see them on the sidebar. So if you want to add a new one, you can click new page here. And all you have to really do is add cover, change cover, and let's go to Unsplash. And I'll just search Dream Big since that's one of the themes of the year. So let's say like this one, Dream Big. And I can set this to active and it's going to show up here. So let's go ahead and choose a few more. I'll just put a few of these here. The next thing is to write out a list of goals that you could make for yourself. You can list how long each goal you think would take. Make sure they're actionable. So things like I want to read 12 books this year so that it's one book a month. I think that's quite doable. So read 12 books this year. Some other things could be to walk 10,000 steps on average each day. And now let's take a look at the goals database. Add the goals you want to work on into here. Make sure to tag it by the specific life area, whether that's personal development, relationships, finance. And this is where it's really important to look at your 3 key areas of your life. So for example, health would be really good with the 10,000 steps idea. And also personal development for reading. So I'm going to go ahead and add those. So here, the new goal is to 10,000 steps on average each day. And we can set a goal period. So I'm not going to set it to the entire year just because this one, I want to be able to sort of look and see how it goes, even just within a month. So I'm going to set an end date here. And I'm going to set that goal to be, let's say, from January 1st to the 31st. And I'm going to click out. So now we have the goal period. The life area is going to be in health. And here we can see the progress and the tasks. So the next step is going to be to determine why this goal is important for you. Have you tried this goal in the past? How did it go? What steps would it take to accomplish this? And what would be a reasonable time frame? So all of these are a really great way to sort of get started with your goal planning. And then one of the most important parts is to set your goal tasks. So this is the actionable steps that you need to actually make sure that you complete this. So if it's 10,000 steps on average each day, maybe a good goal task would be that you hit 70,000 steps total by the end of each week. So that means that there's going to be 4 main tasks. So let's go ahead and add these. So the new task is 70,000 steps. So the date is going to be from January 1st to January 7th. So that gives you 7 days. And then the next one is going to be another 70,000 steps. And this one is going to be from January 8th until January 14th. And the last one has just 3 days, so we're going to adjust it accordingly. So I'm going to put here 29th until 31st. And this is going to be 30,000 steps. So now we can see here that on average, we would be taking 10,000 steps per day. And this is a really good way because some days you might not hit your 10,000. So it's better to kind of think in larger time frames. And another really cool thing is that if you go to your timeline here, you can see how all of your steps lead to the next like this. So this is also a really good feature of this template. So now you can see 0 of 5 tasks completed. So now if I click out, and let's go ahead and also add a cover photo. So here you can go to Unsplash for some stock images. So I'm just going to put walking. So next you can add some more goals. I would recommend maybe sticking to 3 or 4 goals so that you're not overwhelmed at first. And you can always adjust this and kind of see how it fits into your life. So right now it's in not started, but you can also archive goals if they don't relate to you anymore. So it's really important to constantly alter and sort of adjust as you go. The next thing is, how will you incorporate these new goals and tasks this year? What specific actions will you be taking to make sure you can fit them in? So here you can brainstorm what part of the day is going to be spent on your walking, how are you going to increase your walking per day, and so on. So these are the things you can think about here. And then finally, any final words to yourself before embarking on this year-long journey. So just kind of think about it and sort of give yourself some words of encouragement here. Once you're done, you can go all the way back up and return home. So now we can see here in upcoming our goal to walk 10,000 steps on average each day. When this date is from January 1st to January 31st, it's going to move to current. And if it goes overdue, you'll see it in the overdue tab. You can also see this goal in your timeline view here. And you can see if it becomes inactive also by type. So here we have our health. In the task dashboard, you'll see all of your tasks in upcoming. So once they are upcoming, then they'll show up here. Even if you complete them, they'll stay here just so that you can see exactly what upcoming tasks that you've completed. And if it's today, it's going to show up in current. And then when it goes overdue, it's going to show up here if it's not completed. And also if you accidentally add any tasks without any dates or goals, it's going to show up here. And then you can also see your tasks in timeline view. So if we go, let's say in a month view, you can also see your tasks this way. And if they are an inactive goal task, it's going to show up here. So in this way, you can manage your tasks really easily. And then I also wanted to next go here to the mission statement. So this is a great time to now add your mission statement in one sentence. So what is your personal mission statement for this year? So the mission can also be related to your main theme of the year, or it can just be a mission you want to focus on that you like. So in this case, I'm going to want to cultivate creativity in myself and others. So that's going to be my main mission, cultivate creativity in myself and others. And then you can also write some values that are important for you this year. So for me, some important values are going to be creativity and kindness and courage. So those are going to be my main values. And you can also change this throughout the year, but it's just really good that you can always see this. So this navigation bar with the mission values are on every single page, so you can always look at it. If we go down, you'll notice that now the vision board shows all the pictures that you chose as active, so you can see them here. Next, we can go into the plan and review section. So here it's really optional, but you can choose between weekly, monthly, quarterly, and for yearly, we already did our yearly plan and review, so we can actually take this one off. So at the end of the year, you're going to want to click the reviewed, and here you can add an end date. So next we can put here 2025. So if we click here, you can see that it's a 1-year period, and at the end of that period, you can click reviewed. So if we go over to quarterly, it's already pre-filled. So you have your Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. So this is very optional. So if you want to plan Q1, you can click this one open, and you'll see your current goals, current tasks, and upcoming goals, where we see this one, and upcoming tasks. So here you can really see what kind of goals and tasks are happening for you right now, and do some quarterly planning with dedicated questions. And you can also see your overdue goals and tasks, so you can adjust them accordingly. At the end of the quarter, you can review how things went. So here, if you finish that, you can click this one, and when you finish reviewing, you can take this one. So these are already pre-filled with all the dates. And same with the monthly, you can see from January all the way to December of next year is already pre-filled in. And the monthly ones look pretty similar as well. So you can see your upcoming and current goals and tasks, monthly planning, overdue goals and tasks, and then a review. The weekly is also similar. If you want to start any of these ones that are not here already, you can just click weekly plan here and it's going to load it with the dedicated template. So here, if you finish it, you can click this. At the end of the week, you can click reviewed. Next, let's go over each of the pages in the navigation bar. So here you see mobile view, and this is designed so that you can easily see your goals and also your tasks in an easy to see way that would work really well in mobile. So in Notion's mobile, there's not as much space to click on things, and if you add a lot of columns, they all get shrunk into one column. So this is why mobile view can be really useful. If we go back here to main view, you'll see the main dashboard. Next, let's go to goals and life areas. So all the ones that you marked important is going to show up here. So as you can see, we added one goal in the health category. So you can see that there's one active goal in here and it's marked as important, and you can see your goals upcoming here. And underneath here, you can see all of your goals as well. And each of these have a button so you can add new life areas, new goals if you really need to. But I would recommend you to add them mainly through the planning pages so that you don't really get confused and you're doing it at dedicated times. If we click view all, you can see all of your life areas. Next, we go to the task dashboard, and here you can see basically the same view, but if you wanted to, for example, mark this as a favorite, you could do that so you can always access it from your main workspace. And you can see all of this as well here. The next thing is the vision board. So again, you can see all of your active images here and a view all, so you can also adjust these as needed. Then we have the planning and reviews. And this is the same as the main dashboard, so you can see everything here that you've added. And finally, there's the letter to the future, so you can see the unopened. So when you do click open, it's going to move to the open tab, so you can see it here. And in this way, you can use this template year after year. So you would add another letter the next year, and then when you open it, it's going to go into this collection of letters that you've already opened. So now if we go here to return home, the next thing I wanted to cover is what do you do at the end of the year? So at the end of the year, there's really not that much you need to do besides going to your yearly plan here and make sure to review your yearly plan. When you're done with reviewing your yearly plan, you can start a new yearly plan just the same way that we did this time. The only thing is that the monthly reviews that are already pre-populated, you'll have to add these manually yourself for 2026. But this is pretty simple. You just have to click the monthly plan and add the dates and also the cover photos. For the cover photos, this template actually includes 6 different color sets. So I've chosen the colorful mode, which uses 4 different types in this section, but each of these has 6 colorways that you can choose from, and these are all included as a cover photo pack. And if you want to change this, you can go to change cover and then upload those files. So just to show you an example, I'm going to upload one of them here. So here's an example of one of the colorways, which is this dark mode. So I know that some of you don't like the colorful mode, so you might want an all black look. Then you can do something like this, and then if we switch to dark mode, you can see it here. So these are some options. So feel free to play around with the cover photo set. You can mix and match and all sorts of things. And the cover photos also include the life area icons as well. So all of these are also each in 6 different colorways that you can choose from. Thank you so much for watching. If you're interested in this goal planner, be sure to check the link in the description. If you have any questions or comments, be sure to share them below, and I hope to see you all in the next video.